Holy Week, Wednesday. A reading from the homilies of St. Augustine on St. John's Gospel. The fullness of love. Dearly beloved, that fullness of love with which we must love one another, the Lord defined when He said, "Greater love has no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends." There follows from this what the same evangelist John says in his epistle. As Christ laid down his life for us, so ought we lay down our lives for the brethren, loving one another as He loved us, He who laid down His life for us. Doubtless, this is what one reads in the Proverbs of Solomon. If you sit down to eat at a ruler's table, observe carefully what is before you, and know that you must prepare a similar meal. For what is the ruler's table, if not where there is taken the body and blood of Him who laid down His life for us? And what is to sit at it, if not to approach humbly? What is to observe carefully what is before you, if not to ponder worthily so great a favor? What does it mean, know that you must prepare a similar meal? If not, what I have said already, that as Christ laid down His life for us, so we too ought to lay down our lives for our brethren. In the words of the Apostle Peter, Christ suffered for us, leaving us an example that we should follow in His steps. This is to prepare a similar meal. This the blessed martyrs did with burning love. If our celebration of their memory is not an empty one, and if we approach the Lord's table in the banquet in which they too ate and had their fill, then as they prepared such a meal, so should we also. So in fact, at this table, we do not commemorate them in the same way as we commemorate others who rest in peace, in order to pray for them also. We commemorate them rather so that they may pray for us, that we may follow closely in their footsteps, for they have reached the fullness of that love than which the Lord said there could be none greater. What they showed to their brothers was such as they equally received from the Lord's table. This must not be taken to mean that we can be the equals of the Lord Christ, because we have carried our witness for Him to the shedding of blood. He had the power to lay down His life and to take it again. We, on the other hand, do not live as long as we want to live, and we die even if we do not want to die. He, by dying, at once destroyed death in Himself. We are freed from death in His death. His flesh did not see corruption, while ours, after corruption, will put on incorruption through Him at the end of time. He had no need of us in order to save us, but we can do nothing without Him. He gave Himself as the vine to us, the branches, and we cannot have life apart from Him. Finally, even if brothers die for brothers, still no martyr's blood is shed for the forgiveness of the brother's sins. This is what Christ did for us. In this, He did not give us something to imitate, but something for thanksgiving. In so far as the martyrs then shed their blood for their brothers, what they showed was such as they received from the Lord's table. So let us love one another as Christ loved us and gave himself for us,